Well, hey there, gang. It's that time again. It's Saturday, which means time to make a fool of myself while I play some Keyforge. I am narrowing down to the end of my Mass Mutation collection. Always stay hydrated. So, testing the last couple of decks in my set. Well, hey, Kelly and Orion. What's up, gang? Um, What deck do I want to play with? I've got a couple here. I love this sorting tool because it can help me pick which ones I haven't really played yet from this set. So I've got 3 decks here, so those will probably be the 3 I play today. And let's just start at the bottom. Let's start with Hemilobe, the multifunctional Pond Orphan, which is a fucking hilarious game. A name like that, you'd suspect there would be non-dinosaurs. Pond Orphan. I do have a Maverick Library of Poliosaurus here in Sanctum. I've got 3 taunts, so some pretty big creatures, a Vault Keeper. Amberheart is really cool. I love this artifact. Some ways to move Amber around, double centered or Citizen Shrix. Faust, nothing super crazy out of Saurian, looks very straightforward. Bone Rot Venom, Mugs, so some ways to do some passive damage, but also some more ways to get Amber off of my creatures. If nothing else, this one looks like it'll at least be fun. So let's just get rolling. Invalid? I totally verified those enhancements, by the way. Don't know what the fuck it's talking about. I go first. That is an awful Sanctum lineup. I got excited because I saw 5 Sanctum cards, and those do not go well early game. And Gateway's okay. What do they have? I'm gonna break the bad habit. I'm going to look at deck lists, and my face is gonna block the deck list a little bit here, but we'll deal with it. I'm gonna market this Break Key, Obsidian Forge. I do have a Gorm, so they can have some artifact hate here. 4 copies of Spoils of Battle. So lots of capture. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm starting Untamed here. And Flumph is going to be my first drop. I was debating between Flumph and Lummiloo. I didn't see a ton of out-of-hand damage, so I figured Smite was okay. Or sorry, Flumph was okay. Oh my god, I get use out of Bumblebird? Haha, take that! Yeah, Bumblebird did work. It's okay, I can quit. I'm done. Let's buff. I feel like I need to buff Flumph. And I apologize if I'm sniffing or turning my mic off and blow my nose. Allergies are kicking my ass today, so bear with me. I might be a little slow on the uptake of strategies until my allergy meds kick in. Ritual of Tognoth. Yeah, that's the card hiding down there. It's my only deck that has it. But I want to keep leaning into this Untamed nonsense. So let's go Gloriana's Attendant. Yes, she can. Let's get rid of Curia, because fuck that. Let's reap. Reap. And do I want to fight? I will fight. And let's buff Bumblebird. And then heal 1 from everything. Sets me up for a nice Song of the Wild if they don't take care of my board here. They went Sanctum, so they could Fangs and Purge Flumph would make me very sad. And then Angry Mobs could do a little bit of work depending on what else they pulled. Seeker, Bulwark. That's a good place to put Bulwark next to Seeker. Seeker gonna have to die, kids. Font of the Eye and Smite. Okay, so there goes my Flumph. Yep. Alright. Is this a good time for Gateway? I don't think so yet. So let's go Sanctum. Let's smite Flumph here. Bulwark. Yeah, let's get rid of Seeker of Truth. And let's just hit Flumph. Why buff Bumblebird instead of Lemmy? Based on what was in their deck, they didn't have a ton of direct damage. I was honestly, I was baiting out that Smite to see if they had it, because I didn't want them to have it later. I wasn't drawing a lot of Untamed either, so I didn't want to keep locking myself into Untamed. So I wanted to try and bait them into forcing me, not bait into forcing me, but bait them into trying to control my board when I'm just going to switch houses. But now this is a great time for Gateway. No, it's not. Fucking awards. Oh, Ancient Power. Okay. Well, they don't have a ton of enhancements. Okay. I can get rid of all but one. Yeah. Let's go that route. Let's go Dis. Let's hit a Mind Fire. Goodbye, Lord Invidious. That's a nice pull. Because I should have some ways in Sanctum coming up to get that Amber back. So I'm going to Implosion Bumblebird. Oh shit, that would be a better line of play. Oh well, I already clicked it. It's casual. That's why we learn, right? Gateway. Beep boop bop. I always, for some reason, think that Gateway should be a like a finisher. But I'm also not expecting a lot from these decks, so a couple misplays here and there. Who cares? First time I've ever played this deck too, so learning the lines of play in each deck is a little awkward. And I'm drawing Hot Trash, so Sanctum. Oh, you better get used to it, Orion. Oh, Infernus is everywhere. Actually, it's not everywhere. The Dis deck that I have queued up to play later today does not have an Infernus. And this deck doesn't have an Infernus either. Well, let's continue Dis, because this Song of the Wild would be terrible. Hey, I steal one. Yeah. I don't have any good anti-Infernus decks. Sometimes I confuse the fuck out of some people because when I play Infernus, I will play sometimes I'll nuke non-pip cards because I know it's a crucial engine to the deck, and sometimes the opponent just GG's. It just is like, you know what, fuck this. But we're just gonna hop right into this again and just gateway that bullshit. And end turn. This is already going great. A self-purge style deck. I have one, Kelly, actually. God, I can't remember its name. But it uses E on the fringes and wants to purge its entire Dis house. And then it also wants to... The Saurian lineup in that deck is awful. So it wants to purge the discards for steel, and then it wants to purge the Saurian just to get it out of the deck. There's way too many cards to remember them exactly by name, but it's got the Dis taunt creature, or not taunt creature, but the Dis when you play, it purges all cards in your hand. Yeah, I have it's a Octet, that's the name. Well, Untamed. These are going to be useless because I've gone through my Untamed creatures already. Yeah, it has a single Lesser Octet, and then it has E on the fringes and a couple. I think it might have one Infernus, but I personally don't have a ton of Amber Pips in that deck, so unfortunately it also wants to purge my opponent's discard. I think in one game between the two opponents, so myself and my opponent, I think I ended up purging somewhere near 20 cards in one game. I mean, what's killing me right now, Orion, is I have a shitty deck against my opponent who has a much better one. And because you're watching, we've got a 2 and a 2. And this 6th card would most likely be another Untamed right here. Why are they capturing on their Relentless Creeper? That doesn't make any sense. Like, making me want to kill it just so they can pull it back? Yo no sé. Yo no sé. Um... I can't do shit, so let's go this and try and build a board, I guess. Let's soul fiddle this guy. I mean, it's not, this deck's not doing anything, so. Don't mind me, just enjoying my Reese's Pieces. DC Trays. Welcome to the chaos. Martians forever! So I realized I was chewing in the microphone, and I don't want to be that guy. I didn't. You sent me that link and I was in the middle of D&D writing and stuff, so I forgot to go back and look at it. Oh, woof, kids. What the fuck is this? Robert, thanks for the follow. Wait a minute, does that mean I'm still streaming to Facebook even though my Streamlabs app is not streaming to whatever. Fuck you, Facebook. You don't make any sense. Okay. 3 Ludo, 3 Shix. Oh Jesus. I did see the borrow. I don't have any decks with borrow, so that's a cool pull. Well, 1 mutant, so that's stun Invidious. And then this is so bad. This deck is awful. I don't even want to fight anything. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Facebook. So they're rolling out Facebook beta, which they're just calling the new Facebook. And which there's some better functionality for streamers on there. Unfortunately, you can't add games to the stream list. Whatever. I went on my rant about it last stream. I'm not going to do it again. I mean, this deck has a ton of board clear. But past that, like... I don't even know what's going on. Well, the funny thing was, I tried the new Facebook in the beta rollout. What ended up happening was, in the new layout, there was no setting to turn it back to the classic. So once you went to the beta, you had to email Facebook to say, I don't want this anymore, give me the classic. And then they pestered you for like weeks. Alright, let's go Sanctum. Smite with my Lyco Fiend, who... whatever. and Spirit's Way. Pew. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I can get used to new user interfaces. Um, my struggle lately is just getting used to them not really supporting non-profitable games. They used to allow you just to add your own game, and as long as at least 10 other people, other streamers, excuse me, were playing under that game tag, it became an official game. Oh yeah, I mean, my deck and Facebook, none of it wants to work together. Yeah, I mean, this deck has two gateways, two spirits ways, so it has some tools, but yeah, nothing it does wants to actually work. Whatever. Sometimes you just unwrap a nice polishing or nice shiny turd. No, it does not, Goober. I turned off the overlay because there's just, at least in Keyforge, there's no good way to put the overlay on the screen without completely clogging up my end of the screen. I wish I could just shrink the right side here, move the chat, and then put the widget here. But once I shrink my screen, I tried that, Orion. What ends up happening, the overlay goes over everything. So I've got my picture up there, my webcam up there, but if I put the overlay over the entire chat, then I don't get the hover over for the cards. I mean, my video is blocking it right now, but it would block the overlay as well. I wish you could change the hover over to actually be on the mouse. And I've requested it through the TCO team, actually, honestly, since TCO went live, and they've not done it, so they're probably never going to, since TCO's been out for 2 years. And I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I can't speak Eastern languages whatsoever. So, Quack, thanks for the follow. Thanks for checking out the Crystal Hive. I want to give this deck one more play, but Jesus Christ, it feels so fucking bad. Like, I'm just spinning my tires and getting nowhere. Let's do Potion of Invulnerability here. Come on. There we go. Anything 3 or higher. It's just going to kill my Niflate. Boom. Boom. And boom. Well, I ended the game in check. Fuck that. It's so bad. Alright. We're going to ignore that game ever happened. I also don't get why it says invalid. Double smite, no thank you. Mulligan. Single smite. My opponent has the exact same question as me. Why is your deck invalid? I don't know, Cryogen. Why is my deck invalid? I guess let's go dis. Fletchling Infomorph. Well, we're going Sanctum. And let's use Relentless Creeper to smite this guy. And then, pew. No, I don't have... Dude, my pulls in this set fucking blow. I don't have any cool cards. I don't have Dark Harbinger. I don't have any more than 3 Sins in a deck. And those Sin decks are awful. My pulls are pretty bad. I won't complain too much. I mean, I've got... We'll clarify. I know we've been through me bitching about bad decks when I actually have some pretty good ones. I don't have any cool, unique cards. I don't have any of the cool rares. I've got a handful of gigantic creatures. The Sins, I really like Gluttony. I like Greed. And Sloth is really cool too. Those are my 3. Yeah, I feel like a lot of my decks just look the same. And it's just because they have the same card pool. It's because it's all the commons and uncommons. The rares are more niche and add to current, like, your deck's strategy, but they don't make it. Let's go Untamed. Reclaimed by Nature to purge that Obsidian Forge. And I'm going to hold that Bumblebird in the hope that I can at least buff my Lummiloo. I wish I could buy 5 boxes. It's probably good that most of the states still shut down because of COVID, because I'd be buying a deck or 2 every week when I go there on Sundays. Yeah, I agree. Like, rares should be an addition to your deck, not what makes or breaks your deck's strategy. I think the problem with that being, though, at least from my pulls in this set as the example, you end up buying 2, 3, 4, or in your case, Kelly, 5 boxes, and 90% of the decks are the exact same lists with, oh, you've got one or two rares that changes it. So your collection doesn't feel varied enough, at least in my opinion. Let's do it. We're going Untamed. Lummiloo is getting a buff. Fandangle is going to go into play. I don't know. I got the short end of the stick on enhancements. Like, I'm just seeing all these people like, oh, I've got a deck with 30 enhancements. The one I'm playing, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I'm not gonna try. You can't really see the blue. Has 3. Has 3. I wish I had the time and wherewithal to actually try and sell some decks that I don't want. I do have a couple zeros. So is that 19 cards or 19 bonus pips? don't want to hit Soul Keeper. Let's go there. Yeah, and I think people are just chasing the number of enhancements. I think it would be cool to just turn a deck list over and be like, more than um, half of my deck list is blue. But it's so hard to judge how good a deck is without knowing exactly what the enhancements are on a deck. Is that your 80 something SAS deck, Kelly? I think you said you had one that was like 80 or 81. Mm-hmm. So let's go on 85. Jesus. Yeah, and 85. I mean, and it's evident with Mass Mutation because the enhancements, it sways the strength of the deck a lot. God, grow some courage, Kelly. Jeez. Yeah, I saw that TCO tracker was back, and I haven't installed the widget yet, but really want to give it a go. Yeah, TCO tracker always gave me a ton of ability to just look at my decks and be like, all right, this deck wants to go first, wants to go second. I struggle against decks that have a lot of board clear. Like, it gives you more specific stats than win-loss. Well, let's go Dis. Let's play Mind Fire. Oh. I hate that it doesn't say that in chat, because I know I was one amber short of forging. Okay, do that. Let's go Relentless Creeper. Implosion. And a Reap. And a Gateway. Why am I choosing the order of this? There's nothing that should be impacting this, but whatever. They don't have any amber on there, so it doesn't matter. I might get a key. Now that I said that, I probably won't. Yeah, I didn't pull, so I don't have any decks with a Scrivener. I don't have any decks with Amphora. I don't have Dark Harbinger. What else don't I have? I'll look at my opponent's deck list here. I think I have one deck with the Archivist. Nope, I don't have a Scrivener, don't have an Amphora, don't have Dark Harbinger, 0 Z agents. I did not get any collectible rares at all except for the Gigantics. It's been a bad set for me so far. I don't hate the set at all. I love the set. It's just I've had some terrible luck on my cards in my decks. Um, I played against it. He needs the right upgrades to support him. I played against a deck that had I think it's a legacy. No, it wasn't a legacy. It was the upgrade on the start of your turn, ward this creature, and then had the upgrade creature that gives him skirmish. Had the upgrade creature that gives him skirmish. Had the upgrade creature that gives him elusive. And then he had, I think, 2 or 3 of the Z Agent upgrades. So Z Agent had like 5 or 6 upgrades on him. So he would fight with ward, skirmish, and elusive, and had God, I think he ended up having something like +8 power from other actions. Like this guy's deck completely revolved around Z Agent, and he won just by calling Star Alliance, fighting once, getting 6 amber a turn, and I couldn't kill him. And I was like, cool, you win in 3 turns. Like, this is so fucking stupid. Alright. This. So let's go Lyco Fiend. Pew. And Creeper and Snare It. I did get Niflkong. I have 3 Niflkong decks. And 2 of which are pretty good. Excuse me, my Ultra Gravitron decks are disappointing. I don't think I've actually played my Deicilis deck, so I'm not quite sure how it plays. But I at least have 1 copy of each of the Gigantics, which some people want to collect. What the fuck's going on? I have 2 keys? I have never seen this one. Skixuno? Destroy each other creature. For each creature destroyed just gives +1 power. Okay, that's cool. The Deicilis deck? I might play the Deicilis deck. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've tried it, so it's worth playing. Let's... Oh, here comes the mid-game lag. Alright. Niflkong. Pitch that, because that's going to be useless. That's my problem with Song of the Wild, is if it's in a deck that doesn't have archiving, you're at the mercy of how you draw it, and half the time I just have to discard it. But now... Even with how this game seems even, it still feels awful. Like I have 0 control of the game. I'm at the whim of whatever my opponent's doing. Yeah, it needs Ghost Hawk. It needs some archive somehow. It feels bad. It just feels bad. So I'm gonna retire this deck after this game, and then I'll pull up the Deocilis deck, and we'll give that a go. You know what, Kelly? If I was a dick streamer, I would totally banhammer you for that comment. Get out of here with your Harbinger. 1 mutant. Let's go untamed. Fuck it. And because I need to reap. Hey, I have a Song of the Wild, and they're probably gonna board clear me. Hmm. Motherfucker, there's the Deacillus. I'm all for trying out decks on stream. I was thinking of that. This is probably going to be my last like Mass Mutation deck testing stream, and then uh, weeks to come, I'm probably just going to start testing other sets on stream against Mass Mutation. I've been testing some AOA decks that are actually like really surprising me how well they're doing. Um, but I might have a stream where throughout the week people can link me deck lists and see what I do with it. Well, fight rate move 1, combo spy deal 2 to each enemy. Jesus. Sanctum, I guess. Zealot. All mutants. I think, yeah, 2. Why not? Let's just do the Potion of Invulnerability. I do have a fun redacted deck like that, where I can speed to 2 keys, and then I just go, okay, Logos 4 times. Can you kill Logos in 4 turns? Redacted is a cool card. I'm glad they brought it back. It's not broken. I don't think it's broken at all because your opponent has plenty of time to fish for their artifact hate. Yeah, I feel if you're sitting on 1 to almost 2 keys and your opponent isn't fishing for their artifact hate, if they have any, they're handing you the win. Because they've got plenty of time to ditch those cards and draw into their artifact hate or try and set up artifact hate. And your sole job with redacted, if you're using it for your 3rd key, which generally you should be, your sole job is protect that redacted. But my opponent's kicking my ass, so we're just going to go Sanctum. We're going to Reap with both of these guys. Heal for shits and giggles. And Spirit's Way for the loss. Why am I triggering shit? I guess I'm putting him in the discard pile. GG. Okay, let me pop that up. Let me get to my Dex Keyforge here and pull my Deacillus list. I don't know how I feel about this one. I know I definitely have not. Ooh, it's a Deacillus redacted list. Skippy Time Hog. I need to find where I put this deck so I can actually upload its enhancements. Are you trying to make a funny Orion? Are you trying to be hilarious? What the hell? Where did I put it? I've got so many places to look. Ugh. There we go. I got it. Were they? Yeah, Redacted I was talking about. I guess Skippy Time Hog's a good rare. Don't know how to feel about this deck list, but I'll see what it can do. I'm looking at my ban Kelly, or I'm gonna time you out, Kelly. You're in timeout. Okay, you're no longer in timeout, Kelly. That was just fun to do. Though, it did remove all your comments. I didn't know it was gonna do that. Now it just looks like Orion's been talking to himself. Okay. Okay. Maximize this back up and get my screen back. Okay. So, Torbjorn, Transformative Bridge Thane. Curse of Vanity. Double Sacrosaurus, an Imperial Road. Library. Okay. Looks like this is a fight-centric deck, which is not how my brain works, but I don't mind giving one of those type of decks a go. Because variety is the spice of life. And then a gateway with a damage pip is nice. Won't have to deal with those bullshit ward nonsense. Let's just go for it. Okay, so when I was playing music while I streamed, before I got annoyed by being pinged for copyright infringements, I played... Ooh. I'm going to keep the hand. Let's see what this nudge can do. I'm a huge metalhead, so I listen to tons of metal. And I'm playing through Spotify my release radar, where it just shows me whatever new cool stuff I want to, I could potentially like listening to. And it just gave me a country song. I don't understand what's going on with that. Haha, fuck you, Dark Harbinger. That was a good play. I like that. Bounce a card and then make him discard one to see what I can grab. It's a little hammer control. No, like this was deep South twang country. It was bad. It was not like rockabilly. I can deal with that. Like Leonard Skinner, that's all right. I can listen to that. No, this was hard twang. All right, no reaping. Munchling's gonna come in. Yeah, I'm guilty of being one of those people that brings 70 plus to casuals. Um, Tournaments definitely, because even if being a casual tournament, I like to place in the top. Um, but casual just play where a group of us meet up and just sling decks. Like I've brought SAS 40s before just because they have cool mechanics. Mm, let's go this. I I will keep my opinion on the sword very brief. The sword we're trying, even when they were metal, we're trying a little too hard to be a mix between Coheed and Cambria and um, oh my god. If you could tell, I slept way too much last night, so my brain is still fried. Um, wow, I'm brain farting. I will get the answer for you, but it's gonna take me a second. And a daughter, and then odd Claude. Oh, that's it. I went to look at Spotify to pull up a song. So I feel like original The Sword was trying to be, for my taste, a little too much of a mix of Coheed and Cambria and Mastodon. Hmm. Mm. Um, Saurian, I guess. Now I have to listen to Avatar. Avatar is pretty dope. Have you heard their new album yet, Orion? They released a new album this year. Oh, that's a fun hand of logos. All right. Why not? I'll take a chain just to do an extra damage. Yeah, I'm trying to summarize it. Avatar went more Nordic metal, so more kind of Dimmu Borgir style, um, which I don't mind. I love Dimmu Borgir. They're one of the bands that helped me get into heavier metal, but it's not their earlier stuff for sure. Not that I can play music on stream. Let me get... So one band that I just kind of stumbled across is Bird Problems. Fucking hilarious name. but they're so good. It's prog metal, so if you're not into like changing pentameter and altered time signatures and key shifts, then probably not for you, but they're so good. Hmm. Yeah, I'll go logo, stick my archives. Let's drop that redacted. I'm going to discard mutant. Let's play Skippy, daughter, and Odd Claude. Yeah, he just gave me back Skippy. I'm okay with it. Oh man, if you can handle Prague, I've got all kinds of recommendations for you. So, Bird Problems. Um, Gotta get my own playlist here. It's not full prog, but they have prog elements. Returning, we hear the larks. Then there's the harp machine. Where are we going? I'm scrolling down here through my recently saved stuff. Sleep Token is kind of a mix between hardcore and prog. Well, we are going Saurian because here comes Deicilis. Come on. 5 to an enemy creature. Let's get rid of Bat Drone. Sacrosaurus. Let's exalt to kill Cronus. Not going to exalt this guy, and then library. Okay, favorite prog metal ever. It makes me sound like I have a lisp when I try and say it. Sixth. There you go. Sixth. There we go. I'll just type it. They're so good. Resurgence, grab Snarette. Alright. I think I just need to start capitalizing on my Saurian here. And just start pulling Amber off. Dark Centurion will go on the left. I definitely want to get rid of this Harbinger. So we're going to fight the Harbinger. If it lets me. There we go. Move an Amber, 2 damage to everything. God damn Infernus. And they already played the Resurgence, so that's okay. They have a fertility chant in here as well. This is going to be what they push for their third key here. That's interesting. They can play their fertility chant and then purge it themselves. I mean, they hit my Mind Fire and Cinder, so they didn't. They're taking some parts of my deck, but they're not shutting down my Amber engine. I really want to play Gateway, but I don't want to lose my Deosilus. And I have no logos, so there's no point in calling for the redacted. Man. Let's just keep going, Saurian. Faust. Pew. Reap. Ooh, I want my creatures to keep Amber is the problem. I'll just reap. Oh, man. I'm saying I wanted to reap, and I ended up clicking the action button. Whatever. Come on, cancel prompt. Let me do it. Oh, I can just click it. Cool. Then let's go a reap. I don't have any soaring creatures. That's a lot of logos they just dropped. Oof. I don't want to kill. Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna keep milking this Saurian here. Pew, fight. Fight. Pew. Do I want to do that? Let's use this action to ward my Deosilus. Okay. Yes, I could have. I wanted to ward him after I lessened their board a bit. Because then now I can follow with a dis turn and wipe out their board without risk of them potentially fighting or removing that ward before my turn. So now we're going to go dis. I do need them to lose Amber, so I'm going to drop the Brabble first. I don't need that. I don't need to hit any wards. That's Gateway. Pew. Snare it. Archive creature from my discard pile. Let's just... Who do I archive? We archive Faust. Dark Minion. Do Pandemonium. Don't feel like listening to Nothing But Thieves right now. Getting this redacted late, I got zero use out of it this game. I don't think I'm going to be calling Logos for the rest of the game. Maybe once. Faust with Imperial Road is really nice. Faust and Curse of Vanity is so good. I think, God, honestly, I'm just going to stay in Saurian. Saurian is the best list in this deck. So I'm going to Reap. It's going to kill their board. And I'm going to Library off of Snarette. Drop Faust on, put an Amber on Deacylus. Curse of Vanity to put me at 6. Capture on Faust. I'll capture on Deacylus again. It actually does seem like it's working pretty well. I gravitate toward Logos, so my initial thought was like, Logos looks okay, it's probably an okay deck. But the problem is, if I can't keep this Deacylus on the board, how effective is the deck is my question. And I think it's decent. Wonder what dis they have to deal with this. I know they have Snarette, but I mean, it ended up being a close game. It's worth trying this deck again. I wasn't disappointed by that game at all. It played well. Come on. Come on. There we go. And just to show how statistics don't necessarily make or break a deck, this is a 62 SAS. Nothing crazy. I think what did that opponent in that game was giving me my Skippy Time Hog back. So I got 2 uses out of him, but I've got Double Dark Minion, I got Brabble. So most of my dis list wants to die, which is a very dis thing to say. And after this game, I'll probably be at the halfway mark for my stream, so I'll take a 5 or 10 minute break as usual, and then come back with some more deck testing. But good old 222, so that's just gonna get Orion a ban here. Kidding. You only talked about Dark Harbinger once or twice. I need to make that a new channel rule. Rule 1, don't talk about Dark Harbinger. Rule 2, don't talk about Dark Harbinger. God damn, that's awful. Discard that one. Hold that other gateway. You're gonna make me do it, aren't you? You're gonna make me mute you. Can I just turn chat off? Can I just turn chat off? There we go. Take that, everybody. Try and emote Dark Harbinger. do this. Alright, I turned emote only off. Good old Ultra Gravitron. It's the battle of the beasts. Excuse me. Not my Brabble. Problem is I don't want to play Deacylus yet, because good times. Sure. Dis, Reap, and kill himself, because that's emo. There we go. I can't drop Deacylus with Ultra Gravitron on the board, because Ultra Gravitron's just going to Reap and then purge my Deacylus. Be right back. Okay. You know what? I'm not mad about double Tesmal. I fucking love Tesmal. And that's because I've got like 4 decks with double Tesmal. Alright, 5 damage to a creature. Not a fan of Scrivener, but I'm less of a fan of Bulwark. I actually have a deck that has triple Tesmal, so that's super fun. Oh wait, I might be misremembering. I think it's double Tesmal Snudge is what I have. Because I don't think triple Tesmal is a thing, because that can create a full lockout. That's a lot of damage from Shadows. Jesus, Booby Trap and killed my Dark Minion, played a Dark over. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you didn't have every out-of-hand damage card in your deck there. Okay. Yeah, I think it is double Tesmal, single Snudge is what it is. No Reaping. Let's play a Munchling to kill that Rizzo. Why did Rizzo not die? Oh, fucking lucky dice. Whatever. Oh, so what you're saying is you can have triple Tesmal. No one else can have triple Tesmal, but you can have double, or you can have triple Tesmal. I see how it is. I see that low-key flex you're doing there. Orion has a deck that has double lucky dice. It's gross. Oh, kicking it old school with the Hypno Beam. Repping the Mars house there. Ugh, I still have Deacillus. I need to use Deacillus. Let's reap. Professor Tirado. Nice. Polysaurus. Um, I'm just gonna use that it's coming just for an amber, I guess. Oh yeah. I had to look at it again, like, wait, what's the exact wording of Lucky Dice? Yeah, it's the opposite of Potion of Invulnerability. It works on your opponent's turn, where Potion works on your turn. Well, getting my butt whooped in this one. Velden der Flinky vom Täter. German just sounds so angry all the time. Logos, I guess. Let's reap to draw a card. It's not helpful, but I got the duo boys, and I'm gonna put them on the board properly so their art links up. See that? You guys notice that? Even Ivan and Oddclot are connected, huh? Anyone notice that before? Ooh, getting my butt whooped this time. Okay. It reminds me of, no shame but partial shame. I used to play Star Wars Destiny. Quitting Destiny is what got me in the Keyforge, because I can only financially support being in one game because I go head over toes. Head over heels, that's what it is. But Destiny had, from Worlds in 2018, had 5 battle droids where their art all lined up, and you could play 5 on a team. It was super cool. Let's go dis. Choose a creature to damage. Orion likes it both ways. A Bazinga. I'm not gonna win this, so I'm just gonna grab the Munchling. Yeah, it was a promo art. It was a really cool thing they did. The fun thing about my Spotify release tracker too, no secret, I run a lot of D&D games, and I use a lot of ambient music. And so right now I'm listening to some ambient Night at the Black Wolf's Inn. Right after Worlds, I think there's one more set I really enjoyed, and then I wasn't happy with the direction they took the game. Mill was never viable unless you played one specific deck list. Unless you played, what was it? Princess Leia and Yoda, which was a fun deck list, but I hate games that pigeonhole you to playing a specific archetype to win. So that's a huge part of why winning the Keyforge is I loved the element of just playing a deck because it's good and it's fun. You can't deck list or you can't create it. Odd Clod, I will steal. Thank you. Lots of logos cards here. I didn't mind mill. The games ended quick enough that mill usually wasn't an issue unless people rolled really well while playing mill. I don't know. I'm a fan of mill. I just don't think mill was handled well in that game. I don't think the mill win condition was appropriate. It made it too, what's the word? It made it too derivative. Like, you just, if you played mill, you played mill. There's one way they beat you, and that's by killing Yoda first. Done. I've played it on stream a few times. Gwent. Gwent has mill decks where the intention of the deck, they don't necessarily always discard your cards, but they play cards from your deck. So they're playing your deck in addition to you playing your deck. But mill is not a loss condition. So you just run out of cards and you end up having a card disadvantage for the longer the game goes on. So I think that is a cool mill condition. But I do think that mill being a win condition, at least in Destiny, because I've played maybe one game of Magic my entire life, but in Destiny it was not handled well. But in Gwent, I do like the way they do mill because you're at a card detriment. You're not losing just because you lost cards. They have an odd number, so we're gonna steal twice here. So we're gonna steal down to even, and then we're gonna steal again from even. We're gonna reap and draw. Oh yeah, as soon as I saw Skippy, I'm like, yeah, thank you. And I really just want to get the card draw and push pressure here. Skippy, thank you. So you can't use. Can't use. I'm going to hold the opposition research. Going to reap. I want to use Bookton to play, because then Professor Toronto's draw is going to make me reshuffle. Okay. Hand size of 11 feels fucking great. Just feels fucking great. There's a booby trap. Oh, Jesus. What'd they play? Look over there. Booby trap, vandalize. They've got a mean shadows. Well, this is going to be a good logos turn, because we are playing Effervescent. And what am I hitting with this? I need to hit Mastermindy. And then make it so they can't reap. Reap. They took Odd Clod, which sucks. Let's reap. Pandemonium is decent. Not? Okay. That sucks. That was a bad Pandemonium. That was such a bad Pandemonium. Ugh. I need to get that second key, and then all I have to do is say Logos, and I get my third. Guess we're going Saurian. Just makes sense right now. I hate the art on Mastermindy. Like, she looks cracked out of her mind. Okay, Saurian it is. So, let's library. Get that boy back. Imperial Road. God damn it, Kelly. That was good. That was a good one. All right. I appreciate wordplay. Like, my wife can attest that's my number one favorite pun is intentional wordplay. All right. Let's hit Mastermindy. Sacrosaurus. Can I kill anything worth actually killing here? I don't really want Rad Penny back in the deck. So I'm not going to Exalt. Okay, Exalt a damaged creature. Should have played that all before and put it all on Mastermindy, but you live and you learn. So she's going to capture. And then capture on Sacro, pop it all on Mesa Sasp again. And then let's play, move from Snudge to Mesa Sasp, why not? Just shy of a key, unfortunately. Teacher parents. There's a special place in my heart for people who can perpetually come up with pun intended dad jokes. Ooh, man. So here's the catch. If I use Snudge, I don't think I have the Amber control here, unfortunately. Hell yeah, I do, Goober. Self-love in the PG version. Fuck. Man. Yeah, I don't think I have anything to get that last key, or prevent him from the last key here. So I got this. play Cinder. Damage Mace's Asp. Snudgel Reap, bounce Cinder. Put Cinder out again to kill Mace's Asp. Why not? Pew! Oh, there's my Faust. God. Okay. That was awful. I was fishing for that fucking Faust that whole time. Um, that game didn't feel great. I was forced into Logos early, which I was okay with, but I didn't have Redacted for a couple turns. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it was close. I'm one turn from winning, so it wasn't a bad game. I think the fact they got 2 plays out of Ultra Gravitron is what won that for them. But they also have a ridiculous Shadows house. So the amount of out-of-hand damage they had in Shadows was really good. um, maybe one more with this one. I'm intrigued by this deck. I think there's something here. I just don't know quite how strong it could be. But I'm gonna take about a 5, maybe 10 minute break, and I'll be back for some more testing. Alright, gang, I'm back. I am a little annoyed by where my camera is. So I'm just going to move it. Why not? Fuck it, I'll just move it down. That's going to block what house I choose, but I don't think that's going to be super relevant for anyone other than me, and I'm not watching on my streams. So, I'm going to try one more game with that Deicilis deck. And then we're going to hop into some decks or games with Hemilobe here. Why do I always go first? That's not quite over where I wanted it. Popped off the wall here. That works. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Start with Logos. I do like the free mulligan's nice. The way I play is a little different than some. Well, it's pretty different than a lot of people. I play very weird. My lines of play aren't always straightforward because, especially when I'm deck testing, I'm trying to do things that are going to be less than optimal to see if the deck can recover. I don't do that all the time, but sometimes like, you know what, this dishand is okay. Let's see what happens if I keep it. I prefer going second. I'm a very reactionary tempo player, so if I have the ability to go second, then my play works much better because I'm reacting and controlling and manipulating my opponent's upcoming options versus me setting the tempo from the outset and trying to keep pushing it. I saw that upgrade and looks like we have a Z Agent deck, so woof. Gonna definitely be holding that gateway for him. Let's go Dis. Cinder. Pew! Snudge. And Dark Minion. And Cinder. You know, I don't think that innately. I mean, the game believes that first player has an advantage. That's why the tiebreaker extends to blah, 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 blah. Whoever was second player, if you ever get to that step, wins. So second player innately has a disadvantage. That one card advantage, honestly, in the free mulligan. So playing second puts you behind about half a turn. But even then, like you've got all these different ways to react and change tempo. And our local group, we were talking about how they've been doing a really good job with this set, or with the sets as they come out, of bringing certain cards to new sets that help it's getting to a better state, where Mass Mutations feels like Mass Mutation strong decks dabble in a little bit of everything. They don't just hyper focus, which a lot of Coda decks felt like they did. It was you were Amber Rush, you were Amber Steel, or you were Board Control. You couldn't do all three. The card pool wasn't varied enough, but now that it's varied enough, I think Mass Mutation is the most balanced set internally. I think as you cross sets, that balance just gets weird based on just what other decks you're facing. Um, hmm. Saurian. Exalt to do 3 damage to Primus. Chant Hubris. Pew pew. Actually, I already played a game with Hemilobe. I might have another deck that I'm going to load in for my last portions of this game here. Or of this stream. Knock all kinds of shit over here. It's the curse of sharing an office for both my wife's business and my hobbies. They both take up a lot of space. What to do? Let's try this one. I'll load that one in after this game. Alright, logos, redacted, get that bad boy out there. Buckton and Skippy. I think AOA... I don't fully disagree, Kelly. I think AOA had really good internal balance. I think AOA, though, very strongly swayed toward needing Sanctum. Sanctum had most of the best, Amber and board control in AOA. Outside of that, I think that AOA was a really well internally designed set that did not hold up to Coda. I do think as the card pool and the more and more sets come out, I think AOA is going to start swinging back in as a crucial part of the competitive realm. Maybe I'll play, instead of loading a new deck, maybe I'll play some games with my AOA deck I've been having a ton of fun with. It's a Grump Buggy deck with some pretty fun Mars shit. I think I'm gonna play that for the last portion of the stream, for like the last hour. Yeah, Goober definitely needs her own office, and I need my own game space. You should say that, Kelly, because the deck that I'm playing, that I'm gonna queue up after this, is Brobnar, Mars, and what's the third house? Let me just pop in here and check. Let's see. Brobnar, Mars, Shadows is its trio. So it's pretty fun. It's not unbeatable, but it's proving to be a pretty strong powerhouse, at least against Mass Mutation. Yeah, the funny thing is, a lot of the time I'll queue up with that AOA deck, and then my opponents will play a non-Mass Mutation deck, and the moment I decide, well, fine, I'll just play a Mass Mutation deck, they queue with a Mass Mutation. It's 3 key cheats. I have one. I mean, the one that I'm going to play has Key Abduction, which actually decently can pop off. I don't think I have any that have might makes right. Let's draw, then I'll play a card. Fucking Pandemoniums. That's the second time I've got Pandemonium on a bot booked in turn. Have you ever been able to make the Key of Darkness work? That's one that I had a ton of trouble with on 5+ on board. Yeah, Key of Darkness, I had a few decks with it when it was released in AOA. Every deck could not make it fire. I've seen some that can, but the deck completely has to revolve around making Key of Darkness work. Yeah, haha, no. That's definitely the mentality I get around Key of Darkness. People are like, no, it just gets discarded. Yeah, you need quite a bit of Amber to make Key of Darkness work. Which can happen, but it's rough to try and pilot into a Key of Darkness queue. I think AOA did get much better with Worlds Collide. I'm not as much of a fanboy for AOA as you are, Orion. I think my favorite set of all of them is Worlds Collide so far. More I play Mass Mutation is quickly becoming my favorite. Just the amount of variance in I think the houses are becoming more distinct. And I think in Mass Mutation is the first true look at the 7 houses in the set they have their very own strategies. Well, yeah, triple Ronnie is going to do that for you, Orion. You're stealing at minimum 3, maximum of 6. So you're stealing a half to a full key on 3 Ronnies. And then if you've got things like, oh my god, my card name knowledge is just escaping me. Hit and run. If you've got a hit and run, you could steal 4 to 8. Yeah, that's fair. I had a lot of pretty good Coda, so I was disillusioned by AOA, and a couple of my Coda decks are still incredibly strong. My Late Smith of Belberg, it still crushes. It wins in 6 to 8 turns, or it loses in 6 to 8 turns. So it's a very fast deck, and I love it. I think I'm gonna go Saurian. I'm gonna fight because I do not like Senator Quintana. Gonna exalt a damaged creature. Pew. Curse of Vanity. Let's exalt, exalt, exalt. I'm trying to think. Every set, my favorite houses has shifted. So my favorite Coda house was Shadows. Favorite AOA house was probably Brobnar. I know, shocker. And this is just all encompassing looking at the entire card pool. My favorite thematically is Crystal Hive. It's the Crystal Hive is Mars. but the cards just weren't there. I think the theme of Mars is fucking amazing. Just the ability to manipulate the battlefield and move people on the battle line and make your opponent use their creatures against their own goal feels super cool. And I hope that when they bring Mars back, they're able to further capitalize and push that theme. Because it's why I named my channel after the Mars house. I just think Mars is such a cool concept, and I just don't think they got it right in the first two sets. Kelly, are you saying that Fuzel's a power top? Don't ask that question. That's rhetorical. Fuck. What do I do? I think this is an effervescent turn. It's not gonna matter. Stupid armor. Reap. Oddclawed. Reap. Oh, that's why. So that mechanic you just mentioned of burning and just forcing your opponent to lose amber is why I absolutely love AoA Brobnar. Butcher Kim, my Worlds Collide deck that I'm obsessed with. It's not super competitive, but it's really strong. Barn Raising. Just got Barn Raising, War Chest, and Grump Puggy. Or not, I'm mixing cards. Barn Raising and War Chest. And then it's got Pile of Skulls. So if I fight, I capture. If I kill, you lose. Or if I fight, you lose. If I kill, I capture. And it's just my Brobnar is my amber control, and it feels so dirty but so cool. I just have to say Pinstrider is the most fucking annoying artifact to date. Absolutely hate it. It's so degenerate. Like, if your deck isn't meant to play with Pincerator, you just sit there and like, cool, you're just gonna passively kill my entire fucking board every turn. That's great. Oh, and you've got 2 rad pennies you can drop on the flanks every turn and reshuffle. Great. Feels awesome. Alright, now that they are beating me on Amber Rush, I think it's a good time for a dis turn. So let's gateway this mother. Snare it. Brabble. And archive. It's a tricky one. Probably Skippy. You have Power of Fire in a transport platform deck? Or... I have to try... So Dexa Keyforge says that my best deck is my Gorkapad of the Juggler's Square. Which is my Saurian just bullshit deck. It's got all kinds of buff your power based on the number of amber on your creatures, and here's a Faust, and I have to try it again because it's not a very good amber control deck, but it is a massive amber rush. Rad Penny. Yeah, Pincerator with Rad Penny or Pincerator with subtle auto to just get subtle auto back off the board so you can shuffle them back in. It is a good internal artifact, but a really crippling external artifact when you're looking at houses. Bum 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 bum. Brabble. Well, Brabble, Pinsirator, Dark Minions, Pinsirator, Brabble. Yeah, there's some interesting cross-house combos. But again, you have to rely on keeping those pieces on the board at the same time. Which we all know how I feel about super combo decks. Can't ever make them work. My opponent usually reads into what I'm trying to do too quickly. Let's go Dis to not take my archives, Dark Minion, and let's fight. Well, so does Pinsirator trigger at the end of your turn or at the start of your opponent's? Or is it's the end of every turn, right? So yeah, you drop a Brabble on your turn, it takes 1 damage, and then your opponent has to either kill it outright or their Pinsirator kills it for them. Yeah. I didn't think about it because the 2 damage or the 2 power on Brabble makes it so it triggers on your opponent's turn, that's gross. They can purge it or bounce it, and that's the only option they have. Well, we're going to try and go for a redacted win here. We're going to Logos. Grab my archives. Skippy. And call Logos again if they can't get rid of that archive or that artifact. So I didn't even see the Deacylus, and I'm already on 2 keys. So, I mean, this deck feels okay. I think I'm trying to play my Dis stuff too much. Yeah, redacted win. Ha! Ha! I'm okay with this deck. I think this deck needs some more practice, but I think what I'm trying to do is I want autoencoder out, and I'm honestly ditching a lot of my discards to get some passive archiving. Okay. I'm not mad at this deck. I'm gonna get this bad boy out. I'm gonna sleeve it and put this in my revisit pile. I do think it's kind of like that one self-purge deck I was talking about that I have earlier. I could honestly auto-encode my entire Dis line except and just keep the gateways. Well, come on, type faster then, bro. Don't you use a computer for a living? Come on. Alright. Yeah, I think the dummy is I only actually want to play out of 2 houses. Wait till I get a semi-full hand of Dis and just dump it and archive. So I'm gonna keep my word here. I'm gonna play that AOA deck. Actually, I did not like this deck whatsoever. Or did I play it? I don't think I played it yet. Okay. Not a fan of hydronium. That's what it was. So you go bye-bye. Let's play now. Thorkel Ironland Ears. Actually, I'll pull the deck list up so we can see it first. So, again, it's AOA. I've got Brobnar, Mars, Shadows. Got double 1/2 punch, which is fun. A little control, but also board clear. I think I can. Honestly, my play, I'll probably just try and hold one in my hand whenever I have them, because the moment I discard it, I'm like, fuck, I need it this turn. And then I don't have it. So I do think I probably could ditch the 2 gateways. I had enough creatures in Logos and enough creatures in Saurian, but just depends on the game. Definitely going to be giving that deck some more tries. So I've got Bramo, Calfine, Ganger Chieftain, Gauntlet. So you're looking at my Brobnar here. Lots of fighting potential. Mars is not a ton of fighting potential. There's a lot of out-of-hand damage in my Mars. So I've got Destroy Them All. I've got, where is it? Mother Gun, Orbital Bombardment. I've got Sample Collection to pull their best creatures. So the longer the game goes on, the more big creatures I can grab. Shockworm for some passive reap control. Agent Human for some stunning. And then Shadows, nothing special in Shadows, but Shadows is very much my control, Amber control. And Paula, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Crystal Hive. Enjoy the chaos. My Shadows, I've got Gamgee, Little Nif. She's a really good combo with my Brobnar house. Whew, voice crack. With my Brobnar house, because I do a lot of fighting in my Brobnar. Nerve Blast, double Ronnie, Skeleton Key and Snack Lifter, and then double Yancey Gang, Whistling Darts to deal with wards. So it has a pretty good toolkit. It's a pretty good utility kit there. And I'm 3 and 4 with it since Mass Mutation, so, or 3 and 4, 3 and 1, so 3 of 4 I've won. And that's really the struggle with playing control cards, isn't it, Kelly? Like you struggle with, not you personally, you unilaterally. When do I hold it? When do I ditch it? Is this worth holding on to? Okay, can I see my opponent's discard? Look at what cards they've played. Are they going to be drawing a lot of creatures soon? So there's a lot of things to take into consideration. I'm notorious when I'm playing tournaments. I ask to see my opponent's discard pile a lot. And I actually had one guy at Vault Tour 2 years ago. He called the judge and asked the judge if there's a limit to the number of times I can look at his discard pile, which there isn't. It's universal knowledge. And if someone's doing it and stalling, definitely call a judge. But this guy was just like, does he get to look at my discard whenever? And the judge is like, yeah. And just walked away. So it's interesting because I use that knowledge to figure out when I should and should not ditch cards. And okay, they've dumped a lot of their actions. I need to push Amber right now for the next couple turns because they don't have a lot of their steel anymore. So let that be a note. I don't do it online a lot because I just play these games so quickly. Just make note. You can always look at your opponent's discard and don't be afraid to ask. We're gonna mulligan. Oh. And for those who weren't here for the excitement last weekend, I hit 50, I think I'm at 54 followers now on Twitch. So that pushes me to, ooh, what the commune, motherfucker. Brabnar. Oops. Pushed me to potential affiliate status. I have to meet X amount of streaming hours per week, X amount of streaming hours per month. So now that life's settled down a little bit, I'm adjusting into my new job and new work schedule, and just making more time Saturday, Sundays to have my streams regularly. So should be hitting affiliate here in the next month or so, even without changing my schedule. We're gonna go shadows. And as Goober said, woo! Number one. Oh, you hit my lol up. Not my lollipop. Let's go Mars. Do. Poll for those, I guess, unofficial poll for those watching. The way I have my stream here, where it's, you can see the card art, does it bother everyone that you can't see the text unless I hover it? Or is just seeing the art okay? I'm just curious if the masses would rather I shift my screen up a little bit so you can see the full card. On my screen, the size of my stream layout looks really small, so I can't tell if it's legible as it is. We're gonna go shadows. So Ronnie is going to fight. I'm gonna go snack lifter to grab mushroom. Yancy. Gamgee. Oops. Let's use this to capture on that guy. To spin elusive on collector worm and then just use the mushroom for shits and giggles. Let's see. Okay, so seeing my stats is the issue. So if I go into the screen here, trying to see if I can actually see it. Okay, hold on. How's that? Is that better? I think you should be able to see all my stats now. Okay. Nailed it. Perfect. I will leave my stream like that. So I don't like reaping because double fucking amber spine. Mars. Let's fight to get Grimlockus up. Oh, well, I just fucked myself in the ass there. Okay. Might as well play that. Whatever. This game's way gone already. So many misplays. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just throwing this one away. Oh. Man, I am tanking this game without even trying. All right. This is not a great representation of what this deck can do. So we're going to play this. We're going to 1-2 punch to get rid of that mongrel. Drop a Grunt Buggy. Drop a War Chest. Drop a Kulf the Quiet. And heal, why not? So I also have a pretty high artifact count in this deck. And yeah, I wasn't terribly worried about the mongrel. This deck actually starts very slow. So it has a huge nemesis in Amber Rush. I don't mind just kind of sitting and playing some control because I have Destroy Them All. I have ways to fight and fight multiple times. And if you're capturing, I'm actually getting my Amber by fighting and instead of reaping. So it depends on what all I'm doing, but you know, good old fucking double Infernus, so kiss my ass there. Isn't he? Gamity's just like, oh, I got one, you got one, I'm gonna steal, because now there's no differential. Alright. Fuck. Let's go Mars. Go to the left, come on. Destroy them all. Artifact. What do I want to hit? Why not? Let's get rid of Mushroom. Let's get rid of Mongrel. And Reap. Yeah, I'm just going to ignore what you're talking about there, Orion. What I see the battle line is there's Dark Minion, Grimlockus Ducks, Histragog, and then 2 Infernuses. That's all I can see over on that battle line. Got a decent Shadows turn coming here. Yeah, he hasn't played Saurian in a while. I was anticipating Saurian coming up as well. Chance of Hubris. So I'm going to do here, I'm going Shadows. Because I have to play an Alpha. I'm going to hit Harbinger. And yeah, I got to get Dark Harbinger off the board because they've played 1, 2, 3. They have 2 more Untamed actions, but I don't want to let their Untamed turn get out of control because they do have a Ghost Hawk as well. So let's see. Just let them know I'm thinking. I want to hit Gamgee first. Reap, steal 1. They're still over 7, so I want to play Ronnie, steal 2. Snacklifter is going to fight and kill Harbinger. And I'm going to capture 1 on Kulf. And then Little Niff is going to go between Kulf and Ronnie. So it puts me at check at evade of 8. Go ahead and send me a whisper of it, Kelly, and then I'll put it in the queue. Even if I don't play it next turn or next week, I can add it to my list of follower submitted deck lists for me to play during that stream when I figure how to do that. I might set a requirement that the I might set up kind of a poll or a post where, oh God, you're getting a glimpse into Brian's brain life here. ADD brain. I'm seeing shit happen on the screen and I'm losing my total conversation train of thought. So we're just going to abandon that entire statement I just had and pretend it never happened. It was whatever. Oh, Jesus. That's sad. Okay. Let's go Mars. Start with an orbital bombardment. So a total of 4 damage here. So let's hit Umbrasaurus. Let's reap. Stun a non-Mars, so let's stun Nif. And let's stun... Let's stun an Infernus. Let's go custom virus, and then sample collection to grab Thero Centurion. So I'm at 13 of 7. Yeah, or you can play it against me. It would be fun for me to figure out how to set up a... I mean, there's not a lot of... Wow. Wow. I fucking threw this game the first few turns not paying attention, and the moment I started archiving shit, they're like, peace out, fuck this shit. Okay, man, good game. Thanks for the win. At least they hit concede. I'm not going to flame them too much. They hit concede, gave me the win. But once, as you can see, like as this board starts to set up, I can bide my time for a little bit, and then it becomes really hard for my opponent to manage my board or to forge keys, because I jack that key cost up. Good old Grunt Buggy. And it is 2:30 stream time, so this will probably be my last match unless we have another quick one like what just happened. So this is a mulligan. And I do think this is a Grunt Buggy deck that tilts people because I've got Artifact Steal, Amber Steal, Board Control, Creature Steal, or Creature Artifact, Creature Archiving, and Directed Kill from Mars. So I have a lot of tools for strictly board control, and then I'm also key taxing. So it has some broken mechanics. I think we're gonna go Brabner. Wow, okay, Yatsawi, chill the fuck out. I took 30 seconds to choose my house. Jesus. Okay. Keep myself off tilt here. This looks like another Brobnar turn. Let's get that Screech Bomb down. Let's get you there. Let's Ganger you in there. Oh, where'd your board go? Where did your board go? Alright, I'm not going to get too cocky. They're probably going to kick my ass. Okay. Oh, Barrister sandwiched between two taunts. That's going to be a nightmare. So... go Mars. Nuke that Screech Bomb just to try and cycle it back through. Decent shadows coming up here, not amazing, not awful. Yeah, good old Sanctum. Problem is I don't have a mass board clear, so this heavy Sanctum Mass Mutation board is going to be rough. Especially I can't reap. So this trio here is a nightmare. So let's go Shadows. Steal 1, 2 damage. Do I have any humans or knights in here? That's the question. I have a Bramo. That'll be interesting. Don't have any humans, so I need to hold on to a knight for my custom virus board clear there. Yeah, Bramo's a knight. That's funny. I guess let's just continue Shadows. So, Whistling Darts. I can't reap, so let's just start pinging away at these Ardent Heroes. I would think it was funny if Groggins was a knight. He's just got like the wooden stump as a club. I guess it's a tree. He's supposed to be that big, but oh, and he's got Scrivener. That's great. Looks like my opponent's also focusing pretty heavily on keeping my board down. I mean, if I had that board too, I would as well, because then it removes the chances that I can fight to clear it and get that Barrister off the board. But in a Mars turn, I can clear this Barrister and actually start playing, maybe. I might be too far behind to even make this matter. Turns out I really hate Barrister Joya on turn 1 sandwiched between, or turn 2 sandwiched between two taunts. Man, they've got a really good Sanctum house. Let's go Mars. Another gun. Hit with 2. Now the question is, I think I want to. That's the trick, isn't it? So I'm just gonna kill Barrister. Then I'm going to sample collection Baldric. I'm gonna reap to stun Ardent Hero. Man, so I'm at my first key and they're on their second, so this feels fucking awful. I mean, I do have my knight now, but that's only gonna hit 2 of them. So we'll see what else they play here. I think this game got away from me way too fast, and now I'm really curious what this person's deck list or this. Oh, I can't type that. I can't type that out. Oh, now my game just freaked the fuck out. Oh, hold on. Working on it. Working on it. There we go. Fuck, and they're already at 6 key or 6 amber. They're not playing a casual deck whatsoever. I have 0 amber control right now, so this game isn't even worth. Let's go Probnar. 1-2 punch, kill Ardent Hero. I think I just play Bramo. Then a good old Groggins and call that GG. What? Wow, this. Okay. Bitch at me, I took 30 seconds to start my turn, and now they just leave without even saying good game. I'm curious about the stats of that deck, so give me just a second. That was a 70s SAS. Low to mid 70s. 22 printed bonus amber, not including enhancements. Its expected amber is 30. So, yeah, they got a really good start there. And since that was so quick, I got time for another game. Let's give this guy one more shot here. No one wants to play with me. Let's refresh. I'm just going to spend 20 minutes sitting here waiting for a queue to pop. I noticed from the last game to this game, 20 something games disappeared, so I don't know if there's connection issues with the server or it's just the time of day people aren't queuing. Maybe mealtime. Right? Like, I think the last game there were 53 games going, and now there's 37, including mine. But we have a taker, and they're playing Mass Mutations, so. There's a part of their deck list that said it was invalid, but I could care less if people feel like cheating on that. Let's keep. That's a decent shadow start. Fandangle. Alright, let's go shadows. Gamgee. Yancey Gang, because Omega is a thing in AOA. Never forget about Alpha and Omegas. I still fuck it up. Interesting. So I want to play shadows to keep them off 4 amber. So let's reap. And then with Yancey Gang, let's fight. She'll steal 1 and kill her. See, First Blood I actually don't have a problem with, because first is in the name, so I'm just like, oh, play it first. Sucker Punch, I always forget is alpha. So I have a deck that has 3 Sucker Punches, which is awful. Don't be happy about that. It's a terrible triple. But I'll play 1, and then I'll have the other 2 in my hand, and I'm like, okay, discard, discard. Stuck with 3 alphas in my hand, great. Ooh, good, they got rid of Borrow. Just as I was about to drop an artifact. So let's go Groggins and Lollipop. Mr. Lollipop. Sucker Punch is a weird one too, because if it kills it, it goes into your I keep saying artifact. Archive. And in order to get proper use out of it, you have to keep constantly taking your archives. I don't mind in this deck having a Sucker Punch, because Sucker Punch then sits in my archive with my opponent's creatures when Mars starts grabbing stuff. And so it's just there. It's done, it's gone. It's not a great card. It's an amber and 2 damage, but past that it doesn't do a ton. So I don't mind that it then sits in my archive for the rest of the game, because I don't want to pull my opponent's creatures out. I do have a good Mars turn here. And of course, they're going to use my Screech Bomb. That's fine. Still early. That's not fine. They got rid of my custom virus. Still going Mars, though. Who do I want to kill? Nexus seems like a good idea. Positron Bolt. Wow, you're just being a dick. Well, solidifies my turn. We're going Brobnar. Swindle's a cool one. It's hard for it to... Ugh. You're gonna fucking make me go Shadows, aren't you? Son of a bitch. Okay. Well, talking about Sucker Punch. Pew. Pew. Swindle's hard to play it the most efficiently because you want to swing them out of a check and put yourself into check. But there's sometimes where it's just they're 3 amber ahead, but neither of you are in check. Just boom, Swindle, your turn. And because your opponent's just like, wait, what? What just happened? Why? I don't know what to do. They didn't change board state. They just changed game state. Ah! Oh yeah, it's 100% a tempo card. They double Vault's Blessing. That's great. So they're at 19 amber. just what the fuck are these games going on today? Seriously. Okay, we're gonna reap. Meanwhile, I'm happy. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get 6 amber. Yay. Okay. Let's hit you. Keep you on the right. Key Abduction just to get that Fandangle off the board because that shit's gonna get gross really fast. Here I was talking about how well this deck was doing against Mass Mutations, and now I'm facing like this absolute broken shenanigans. Ay, ay, ay. And in true stream fashion, 2, 2, 2. Just... And what to do to get out of this 2/2/2, I always look at my discard. I've got 4 Mars, 5 Shadows, 1 Brobnar. So I've got 5. So I've got 7 Brobnar still in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 3 Mars and 5 Shadows. So the best option to get out of Mars here is to play Mars. That'll get me out of a 2/2/2. I almost guarantee you if I play Mars, I'm going to end up with 2 more Mars cards in my hand. I think that's what needs to happen, Kelly, is I need to ban Orion because his bullshit. Yep. And yeah, just I need to play Mars, but I'm going to draw more Mars. And I'm so far behind. Like this 16 amber, what? It's so stupid. They're going to kill all my Mars. Jesus. This is when at a tournament I just fucking table flip. I'm like, yep, no chance. Fuck this, bye. Uh, no fucking chance. I mean, the stats say Mars. Mars is going to keep me further behind, so I need to play Brobnar. And I need to just get this board under control, so we're going to fight with Groggins. Lollop is going to fight. Colf the Quiet. Actually, we're going to play Ganger first. And then we're going to fight 2 stuns. 1 of each house. So we're going to fight Cut Purse. And Colf. And like 1 Brobnar, 1 Mars. So whatever. What the fuck ever. GG. There's nothing I can do. I have absolutely nothing. They got, what, 14 Amber in 1 turn? I can't compete with that deck. So, anyway, eating my own words. So that deck is not doing great. Could not find Grump Buggy except for that one game that immediately after I dropped it, my opponent conceded. So, relies on Grump Buggy. If I don't see Grump Buggy, I get my ass kicked. That's basically what that's coming down to. So I found a new deck to try out. It's right here. It says trying to keep the decks that I really enjoy. I'm trying to keep above 60% win because that makes them slightly above average. I think Fantasy Flight's saying competitive decks need to maintain at least a 72% win rate. Vault Tour competitive, potentially winning decks need to maintain at least an 80 to 85. So I have one that's there, Morales Milchester's Farmer. It's a big Fagin deck, but we'll deal with that later. I'm going to call that the day for today with Keyforge. I will be back on tomorrow, not streaming Keyforge content. I will be streaming Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I'm going to be doing about a 3 to 4 hour stream for that. So if you just want to hang out and watch me assassinate people and do a bunch of really random shit, come on and check me out. For the new followers today, again, thank you for assimilating. Welcome to the Crystal Hive Chaos. And I will catch everyone tomorrow, if not then, next Saturday. Take care.